Moving on to the second part of section 6.4, we've considered multiplying polynomials. The opposite of multiplication is division, the inverse operation. So we can consider dividing polynomials as well. And when we look at dividing polynomials, you probably guessed by now that when we divide polynomials, we're going to mimic the procedure for division that you learned back in grade school, which is long division. If you remember doing long division with numbers, say for instance 985 divided by 23, we're going to put the 985 inside of our box, the 23 outside. And remember there was a procedure. We're thinking about, well, what can I multiply times 23 that's going to get me close to 98 without going over? How many times does 23 go into 98? And it goes 4 times. So we multiply 4 times 23, and that gives us 92. The next step to subtract 98 minus 92, that'll be 6. And now I see that 23 can't go into 6, so I'm going to bring my next number down. 23 into 65 goes 2 times with some left over. 2 times 46, 2 times 23 will be 46, and I subtract and get 19. And when you first started looking at this back in grade school, probably about 3rd grade, your teacher might have had you write the 19 with a little letter R for remainder 19. The next year, you started considering fractions, and no longer was it remainder 19. It would be 42 and 19/23. Later on, in fact, you then went ahead and considered that as a decimal. So lots of different ways that we've considered that remainder amount over the time that we've done long division. For polynomials, we're going to use the fractional remainder. So we would write this as 19 over 23. Let's take a look at what that would look like with polynomials. First thing we want to do is go ahead and write this polynomial in standard form. So I have x to the 3rd, a little ahead of myself making this worksheet and didn't fix that notation there, but plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 4. And we'll divide that by x divided by 4, or x plus 4, I'm sorry. So following the pattern, the algorithm that we'd use for long division with numbers, I'm thinking about what do I have to multiply times x that'll give me x to the 3rd? Well, I have 1 copy of x, I need 3, so that's x squared, 2 copies of x. So x squared times x is x to the 3rd, x squared times 4, 4x squared. Now thinking about my algorithm for numbers, I know I'm going to subtract next, so let's do that. X to the 3rd minus x to the 3rd, well, those are going to cancel, they're opposites. 3x squared minus 4x squared is negative x squared. Great, now let's repeat the process. Bring down my next term, which is minus 6x. X into negative x squared, well, that's negative x. Now multiply. Negative x squared, negative x times 4, negative 4x. And I'm subtracting. Negative x squared minus negative x squared, that's going to go away. Subtracting is the same as adding the opposite. So negative 6x plus 4x is negative 2x. One more time. Bring down the 4. X into negative 2x is negative 2. Let's multiply. And subtract. Negative 4 plus 8 gives 4. I've got nothing else to bring down, and so my remainder will be 4 over x plus 4. Now let's check ourselves. Does this answer make sense? I don't know. I mean, we didn't memorize multiplication tables for strange polynomials the way we memorize multiplication tables for numbers back in grade school, but what I do know is that multiplication and division undo each other. For example, if 8 times 6 equals 48, then 48 divided by 6 equals 8. Conversely, if x to the 3rd plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 4 divided by x plus 4 equals x squared minus x minus 2 plus 4 over x plus 4, I should be able to take that quotient, multiply, and get this answer back. So let's take a look at what that looks like. x plus 4 times x squared minus x minus 2, and then let's add the 4. X times x squared is x to the third. X times negative x squared. X times negative 2, minus 2x. Repeat by distributing the 4. Plus 4x squared, minus 4x, minus 8, and then plus 4. So x to the third, I can see I have 2x squared terms, negative 1x squared plus 4x squared, so that's plus 3x squared, minus 2x minus 4x is minus 6x, and then negative 8 plus 4, that's minus 4. X to the third plus 3x minus 6x minus 4, that checks out.